picture of you. You know why? The internet is so good. No, I'm on public property. You're going to be a movie star. You're going to be a movie star. We're going to show you.
Law enforcement in American cities.
Wait a minute. Come over here, Mr. America.
Area here in Brighton Park when suddenly they say that they were boxed in by about 10 vehicles. At one time they tried to get out of their vehicles, and that's when they say they felt like they were going to get run over by the protesters, and that's when DHS agents allegedly fired off their weapons, hitting one woman who we now have learned has been taken to a nearby hospital and she is in stable condition. DHS also tells us that woman was already known by federal agents. She was named in a Border Patrol intelligence bulletin just last week for allegedly doxing federal agents online. People living near this scene say it's been traumatizing to see all of this unfold here. There was some tear gas that we saw deployed here at multiple points today, as well as pepper bullets to try and control that crowd. We saw Chicago police as well here on scene. They say they were here just to protect the people in this area while federal authorities handled this entire investigation. We heard from some of those protesters voicing their concerns about these federal operations.
We see it on the news, we see it on our phones, but to see it live is just shocking that this is America. This is the country that we love, that we work for, that we protect.
ICE is terrorizing our community. People are scared to go out. Kids are afraid to go to school. We should not be living like this.
Trump has really staked his claim on Chicago, and we're starting to see the effects of that. We're now Department of Homeland Security authorities have shot and killed multiple people here in Chicago. I want to state that this is the federal government using its resources to kill people living here in the United States. This is people. They have families, they have friends, they have jobs, they have lives, they are trying to support themselves.
You're going to use that gun on your people. Shame on you. I hope right now your ancestors are looking at you. Look at you right now, brother. Stand up. Stand up. How did your family get here? How did your family get here? You of all people. Don't walk away, brother. I'm good. Stay there. We can talk. We can talk. My tax money put you in school. You came here without no papers. Now you're an American. Thank you. Out of the way and pay us back. We love you, brother. Don't forget that. Everybody take a picture of you. You know why? The internet is so good. No, I'm on public property. You're going to be a movie star. You're going to be a movie star. We're going to show you.
Law enforcement in American cities.
Wait a minute. Come over here, Mr. America.
What is up, everyone? You watch your own Nick Driver Nick Driver podcast here on YouTube. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified of all my upcoming video releases. All right, guys. So, Chicago, where do we start at? All right, guys. Members of ICE was actually rammed and boxed in by, it says 10 to 12 vehicles here, including an attacker with a semi-automatic weapon. And guys, guess what? Hey, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Let's get it.
This up on your screen as we're learning Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem saying she's going to deploy more special operations to Chicago. Here's what this says. Today in Chicago, members of our brave law enforcement were attacked, rammed, and boxed in by 10 vehicles, including an attacker with a semi-automatic weapon. I'm deploying more special operations to control the scene. Reinforcements are on their way. If you see a law enforcement officer today, thank them. This post coming shortly after we did see another social media post here from Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin after she shared that federal agents were rammed and boxed in by 10 cars in Broadview, Illinois. And that's where anti-U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement crowds have been gathering for days. DHS said agents were unable to move their vehicles and they had to exit. One of the drivers accused of ramming into the law enforcement vehicle was armed with a semi-automatic weapon, as we just shared with you here. McLaughlin said officers, quote, were forced to deploy their weapons and fire defensive shots at an armed U.S. citizen. McLaughlin also noted that the armed woman, who was a U.S. citizen, was named in a Customs and Border Protection Intelligence Bulletin. The woman allegedly doxed agents. No law enforcement officers were seriously injured during this incident, adding that the situation is evolving as you are taking a live look now at Chicago.
All right, guys, here we go again, man. Guys, as we are, going through this world and bizarre world, United States 2025, and people on the progressive left keep attacking federal agents, and then the agents, respond. They respond when you put them in a situation that could be dangerous to them. And you know what, guys? Here's what else you do. These progressive liberals get the response that they're actually trying to get, and then they pretend to be a victim. Guys, victimhood in America is a national cancer. Guys, when you are dealing with people like this.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama for the
what a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald.
Tap on the shoulder. You adjust the microphone as a tall man. With a gracious aid throughout
I am so sorry.
People like that previous young woman screaming at the sky is not a logical human being. That is what you're dealing with here, guys. The left, progressive left, has made anything that CNN and MSNBC and their crazy leftist people like David Pakman and Harry Sessom, whatever his name is, they have made these people their new Jesuses for their crazy progressive religion. Guys, we're rolling into the next clip.
Escalating between protesters and ICE agents here. A woman was shot after she allegedly attempted to hit federal officers with her car.
What an idiot. How stupid do you have to be to try to run your vehicle into a federal officer? You guys know that people voted for this, right? Like, I don't know if these progressive people have, their brains are very, very smooth. And I don't know if there's even a tiny wrinkle in it that says it's not a good idea to attack a federal agent that is carrying out what the majority of Americans actually voted for.
Then in Broadview, Illinois, that's about a half hour west of the city, the Department of Homeland Security is reporting that law enforcement officers were rammed by vehicles and boxed in by 10 cars. That's where we find News Nation's Mills Hayes. Mills, what are you seeing out there today?
Hi, Kelly. Well, there are more protesters that have started to come here to this Broadview ICE facility. We know there's some more activity. Also, where that woman was shot, you mentioned that. Now, we also know that Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says that President Trump plans to federalize 100 Illinois National Guard troops to help protect ICE personnel and facilities. We expect this crowd here at the Broadview ICE facility to grow throughout the night. Now, meanwhile, DHS is speaking out after a woman was shot by federal law enforcement officers after allegedly trying to ram Border Patrol agents with her car. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem posting on X saying, quote, members of our brave law enforcement were attacked, rammed, and boxed in by 10 vehicles, including an attacker with a semi-automatic weapon, adding that she is deploying more special operations to control the scene. The FBI is investigating, and the woman is in critical condition at the hospital. Protesters responding nearby the incident, angry about ICE activity in the area. One woman saying her son, who is a U.S. citizen, was detained earlier today by immigration officials. All of this happening after Secretary Noem's visit to the Broadview ICE facility, where protests have been intense. She did not take questions from the press. Border Patrol Commander at Large Gregory Bovino leading the arrest outside the facility on Friday. DHS says that 13 quote, rioters were arrested during the standoff, with Illinois State Police joining federal law.
You know, I'm done with News Nation on this. It's just their language, man. They're absolutely ridiculous. All right, guys, so there you have it. A woman was critically injured when she, you know, boxed in and tried to drive her vehicle into a federal agent. And then, you know what? She allegedly had a weapon. Guys, these news media outlets at this point are pretty much just propagandists. They're left-wing propagandists. And I'm going to be honest with you, I get almost sick and tired of looking at them. But it makes for great podcasts because of how ridiculous it is and how stupid they think Americans actually are. I try to keep it real with you guys over here so we can have these actual discussions. But the idea that the news media is saying, oh, ICE agents attacked and shot a woman in Chicago. She was out there with the semi-automatic weapon, rammed her vehicle into these federal agents. What did you expect was going to happen? You guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this video. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until next time, guys, stay safe, man. Love y'all. What's up, guys? If you guys have hung around this long, please consider becoming a member of the Nick Driver channel here on YouTube. It's only $1.99 a month. All members have direct access to my email to send me videos that I actually can check out and put out on the members only section. You guys do not have to do that. I appreciate you guys just hanging out with me every day and commenting. But if you feel like it's something you can do, I also have t-shirts for sale underneath these videos. Every dollar helps me keep the lights on here and keep this channel moving forward. Hope you guys have a blessed day.